Yeah, and you must have been delighted with that performance today. What was your thoughts on the performance and the result as well?
Yeah, no, I think both friendlies we've obviously played this year, I was really happy with how we've approached it. Sometimes friendlies are difficult. Obviously, there's no points up for grabs at the end of them. So sometimes senior blokes can almost approach the game trying not to get injured. But I just felt, Whitehaven last week and then today, I thought there was a little bit of intent in what we did today. And a great reward for such a good servant of the club.
Any knocks, any injuries on the back of that? Is that everybody good to go?
Yeah, no, everybody good to go. And I just thanked them at the end of the game. There, they've given me some difficult decisions leading into the whole FC game round one. Now I think some blokes have put their hands up in certain positions. So obviously, as a coach, that's all you can ask for.
On the back of that, do you have a sort of a preferred starting lineup?
I think we're going to have to probably review it in detail, and obviously there's still a couple of weeks to go. Anything can happen, I suppose. But our middles in particular, I thought some of them really ended up today, and it's a position where there's obviously good competition for places, so they needed to as well.
Gareth Wood, first appearance as Castleford player at the Jungle today.
Yeah.
Thoughts on his performance today?
Yeah, very good. Joking aside, Colin just said that he played in his dinner jacket. I thought he did. I thought he conducted the audience very well. I thought he got us around the field, kicked really well. And obviously with Jacob Miller coming back in as well for round one, I think really looking forward to seeing them two. Sort of that progressing their chemistry, what's going to be a great half partnership hopefully.
You mentioned Miller there, is he okay? It was just
yeah, look, he had a bit of a knock on Thursday, and I think I said during the week if anybody's carrying anything or they've been in to see the physio that week, then I'm probably not going to risk him for a friendly, and that's the situation with Jacob. He's now got a couple of weeks to get ready for round one.
A hat-trick for Beretta today, must give you a sort of a...
Looked strong. I thought B looked really, really strong on the backfield. I thought Jake Mammo looked dangerous on the backfield as well. So, you throw in Greg Ian in there as well. I think it's fantastic, the competition for places.
Jake Mammo, he did an interview recently saying that he wasn't happy with his own performance last season. Where do you think his mindset is at heading into this year?
If you can find that out, can you let me know? Look, he's a great kid. First and foremost, he's a good kid, good person, and you can't help but like the kid. And he's a little bit different in terms of sort of how he is off the field. But the boys really like him. I really like him. He's challenging to coach, but he's such a good person, and when he's on. We've just got to try and sort of cut that performance of where he's at his absolute best to the one where he's sort of way off, and sort of trying to find the middle ground in that. And if we can do that, I think he's got a big part for us to play this year. I know I've seen the interview, and he will bring some to Castleford Tigers 2023, I'm sure.
Could I ask about Danny Richardson? Is the season written off for him? Or do you
pretty much. No, I think there's a line through that. I found out a month or two ago. Obviously, it's funny when we announced the squad numbers and he got squad number 37, and you read some of the press comments, and he shouldn't be given that number. Obviously, when he's not going to participate, no matter what number you've got. So, it looks like his season. Unfortunately, again, that was why it was such a bitter blow last year. With him, with that injury, with Troy, with Ryan Hampshire, we had a period there where things couldn't have got much worse.
And Kieran Hudson as well, if you don't mind, is he?
Yeah.
How's he getting on?
Yeah, Kieran. So luckily with Kieran, he did his injury on the Tuesday. He went in for his operation on the Thursday. But again, we'll play the long game with him. He's a young kid, young up and coming from row. I really like. So there's no rush. I know it's the last year of his deal, but there's no rush to try and force things with him. We want to get his body right and get him to the best place he could possibly be for his return to the game.
And just looking ahead now, first 3 games is Hull, St Helens and Wigan. I mean, you must enjoy. You must look at the start of the season and go that it's a good opportunity for you to show the league what you're.
Yeah, you go a few past that as well. I think we've got a really tasty start. I think you know, our first 7 or 8 games are last year's sort of 1 to 6, I suppose, and a couple in there. So yeah, we've got a really challenging start. But as I said, I just think you know, really pleased with how the players have gone about the business today. I think the pre-season's been good. But again, you never find out what you are or what you're going to be until round 1, unfortunately.
Just very last one from me. Nathan Massey was his testimonial. Just a quick comment on him and his, you know, his journey through the club and how much he gives, how much he plays with a heart on his sleeve. Really.
Yeah, I think he sort of epitomises the club in a way. He's a blue collar guy. He comes in, he maximises his abilities every day because of how he trains and how he is around the place. And you know, you see so many players with more talent than that and probably not quite reach their levels that they should get to in their career. I don't think you could ever throw that at him. He makes the best of you know, every situation he's in because of how hard he tries and his efforts that he produces every week.